G'day kids, Steve here from the Parent Rebellion again. Just on the back of my last video where I spoke about what we need to hear versus what we want to hear, and how that relays across to our parenting and what we do with our kids. There's a lot more to it than just what I spoke about briefly there. So, you know, again, I spoke about we need to let our kids know certain things. They need to hear things from us they don't necessarily want to hear, and that might be, you know, putting some disciplines in place or having accountability or consequences, whatever it might be. But I just want to elaborate a little bit further on the importance of that speaking up, being honest, because the need to know versus the want to know. The need to know, tell them what they need to know, requires us to be honest as parents. And again, there are a lot of reasons why we don't want to tell people in our lives what they need to know, because we don't want to upset them, we don't want to overwhelm them or offend them or hurt their feelings, that sort of thing. But again, as I said in the last video, it's very much about self-preservation. We don't want them to turn on us and say, how could you, you're a shit friend and you're horrible and all that. So there's a big part of that that's probably very deep in the back of our minds and we're not consciously thinking of it, but it's there. So again, nobody wants to be the bad cop, certainly not all the time. That's got to be a balance. But at the end of the day, the real impact of not being honest with your kids, and that's the need to know type stuff, ultimately what it is honesty. And what I'm saying here is, if we're not honest with our kids, we are setting them up for failure. And I'll give you an example of that. If we continue to do everything for our kids, remember, protect, support, but stop rescuing them. And that's not to say never rescue them. And I need to be clear about that. I'm not saying never, ever, ever rescue your kids, but just don't rescue them on repeat. Don't save them every time something gets difficult. Don't make excuses for them every time something gets too hard. Don't give them an easy option. Support them. Help them through it. Guide them, right? But if you continue to lie to them, which is what you're doing if you keep doing everything for them and telling them that everything's great and it's going to be okay, and you're lying to them, right? Whether it's conscious or subconscious, that's what you're doing, right? Let's call it subconscious because it's probably what it is. Subconsciously, we're lying to our kids by doing everything for them, not giving them consequences, making them accountable. Why? How is that lying, I hear you ask? Because that's not what the big bad world is going to give them. The big bad world, which they're inevitably going to enter into at some point, doesn't give a shit about their feelings. It doesn't. It's up to us as parents to build some resilience, to build some toughness, to build some strength, so that when the big bad world takes them on and they hear the word no for the first time, or you can't do that, no, you can't have that, they don't have a meltdown, which we then blame on anxiety. And it's not anxiety. It's because the kid's in shock that they've never heard that before. And a lot of times they're going to be young adults. And it looks worse. So help them to build resilience and independence and self-esteem by being honest with them. Stop lying by not holding them accountable, by not having disciplines in place, by rescuing them all the time. Again, protect, support, rescue occasionally. But don't make the rescue on repeat, because you're harming your child. I see it every day. And I very nearly went down the same path myself. So trust me when I say this comes from experience as much as anything else. It's not judgment. It's just a fact from personal experience. We need to stop it. So honesty, which could be, I need you to hear this, I need you to do this, versus I'm going to let you away with everything. It's what's required in order to set your kids up for success, not set them up for failure and harm. Go do it.